Trump enters not guilty plea in Georgia. Sorry, excuse me. Still a bit under the weather. That's why I took the day off yesterday. Should bring that up. Yeah, I took the day off yesterday. Figured I'd get on my schedule more. I was hoping to get ready a little bit earlier, but under the weather, kind of slept in a bit to try to rest up. So, doing a bit better. But, we're actually on somewhat on time. I'm doing it during the day. It's not 12 a.m. this time. That's the thing is last night, if I would have did it, it would have been like 10-ish, and then it would have went to 12 a.m. I would have stay up all night cutting the videos again to schedule for the morning. I was like, I'm going to take a day off and try to get back onto a normal schedule, at least close to it. All right, but let's go. Trump enters not guilty plea in Georgia. Here's a clip.
Hi, I'm Diane Macedo. We have breaking news. Former President Trump has entered a plea of not guilty and waived his right to appear at his arraignment. That's according to a filing this morning in Fulton County. Trump and 18 other defendants are charged with conspiring to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. Trump had been scheduled to be arraigned in person on Wednesday. And this comes as we learn that Republican Georgia Governor Brian Kemp will not call a special session to investigate the prosecutor in the case, Fani Willis, after Republican State Senator Colton Moore had called for an emergency session to review her.
Brian Kemp is a traitor, a rhino, and just completely spineless. He's not even going to investigate this woman, which he's just going against attorney-client privilege to go after Trump's lawyers. All they did was give him legal advice, and she's trying to put them in prison for doing that. But he's not investigating her. She's clearly corrupt.
Actions. I want to bring in senior reporter Catherine Falders and ABC News legal contributor Kim Whaley for more on this. Catherine, why waive that right to an in-person arraignment? And could we see other defendants do the same?
Right. We have seen other defendants already waive their right. We were getting a sense that the former president might do this as well. I don't think that he necessarily wants to make another trip down to Georgia. That's a lot of it here.
Waste
and look,
of time.
If you can you see the court document right there, the papers of the not guilty plea. And if you can just enter it in court papers, then there is no real use, his lawyers believe, and so does he, in showing up down there. So he's obviously pleaded not guilty to the 13 felony counts in this indictment. He's waived his right to appear, so we will not be seeing him down there next Wednesday.
Kim, in terms of strategy, why not do this? If you don't feel like showing up and making the trip and going through the hassle, why do you show up? Is there a downside to doing this?
Well, first of all, in some jurisdictions, it's not an option. So in Manhattan, for example, he had to show up, but in Georgia, this waiver is a possibility. The reason to go to an arraignment is to have the government list in court the charges against you and to have the judge read you your constitutional rights, including the right to have counsel. Here we have a sophisticated defendant who now is in his fourth arraignment and very good counsel. So the protections or the formalities and constitutional implications really don't apply to Donald Trump, although the publicity on the other side might be something he personally would prefer, but a good lawyer, I think, would not want to see that either, frankly, and keep it just to the judicial system and not have this play out in politics.
Catherine, Governor Kemp now says he won't call a special session to investigate DA Fani Willis, saying he doesn't or hasn't seen evidence, at least, to warrant that. So what does that mean going forward?
Well, look, it means that as of this point, he's not going to listen. Governor Kemp isn't going to listen to those far-right members of his party who have...
Far-right members? What did she just say? This woman is ruining America and everything that America stands for by trying to prosecute his attorneys who gave him legal advice and filed legal paperwork. She's trying to set that precedent. Far-right members want her. Everyone should be wanting her to investigate this. Everybody, left, right, center, I don't care what you are. You want to have a situation where your lawyers give you legal advice and then they get prosecuted? Attorney-client privilege is out the window. They have notes in there apparently from his attorneys, like stuff that they said and wrote back to each other. They have that documentation in the case that they're going to show to the jury. Like, that's what the precedent you want to have set. This is all just nonsense. This is insanity. And that's and then only the far right members of his party. I don't even know what far right means anymore. They call everybody far right. They call Tim Pool, who's on the left on a lot of issues. They call Joe Rogan far right. They call Elon Musk far right. What does that even mean, far right? Everyone's far right unless you're on the left, apparently. But anyway, it doesn't matter. If you're on the left, you should be investigating this woman. But no, we want to get Trump. We want to get Trump. We want to get Trump. It's just like that's all they care about. They don't care about setting these crazy precedents and completely violating the rule of law. Like, it's unbelievable. It's insane to me how political the country has gotten. Even in the 60s and everything, there was never this political for the parties back and forth. Now it's just like, it's so crazy. It's just wild. Even though you know this is all wrong, you want to prosecute your political opponent, so it doesn't matter. Let's set some crazy precedents.
Called him to call a special session and investigate her, as you said. He says obviously he will not do this. He hasn't
Obviously
seen
he
any
won't do
evidence
this.
that essentially he should launch this in a way, and that's just what he's going to do moving forward. I think it's worth pointing out that even though he hasn't seen any evidence, that the governor has said that he has taken issue with the probe in terms of the timing of when it was announced.
Oh,
but
that's
again,
it.
hasn't
That's
seen
what
any
it is.
evidence to formally.
Not that she's indicting his lawyers for giving legal advice. That's not evidence. The evidence is in the proof's in the pudding, as they say. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, the evidence is there. It's right everywhere. She's prosecuting his lawyers. That's the evidence.
A special session. He says that it wouldn't even be constitutional.
Oh,
Kim, what happens?
but getting rid of attorney-client privilege, that's constitutional, apparently. He's just lying, isn't constitutional. A prosecutor is violating the Constitution straight up, and a lot of other is making a mockery of the court, wasting everyone's time, but he's saying it's against the Constitution when she is trying to indict his lawyers for giving him legal advice. Okay. What an idiot.
Now that we're not going to see former President Trump appear in court for his arraignment.
As we've seen in the other three criminal cases, the next step is for the government to turn over to Donald Trump's lawyers some of the evidence that was presented to the grand jury. So that would include witness transcripts, people that appeared before the grand jury, notes of law enforcement, any other documentary evidence. And there's also an obligation the other direction. But I think the big piece will be motions. Donald Trump's lawyers have indicated that they plan to file, and I expect it to be in all four cases, but including in Georgia, sweeping motions relating to Donald Trump's purported immunity as president from any criminal process. I think that's going to be a big one. The notion being that he was acting as president, and you have leeway to make mistakes as president, and this was within his official capacity. Therefore, there can be no liability. I think that proves too much. There can't be, it can't be okay to commit crimes under the auspices of the White House. And then we'll see other things relating to evidence, relating to the First Amendment potentially. Then we could have a change of a plea, because a plea is basically...
Obama spied on Trump's campaign as president and nothing happened to him. But now it's like you can't commit crimes. What? Going and wanting to investigate anomalies in the election is now a crime. It was never a crime before. But now, in the 1960s, JFK did it. He said what they call now fake electors. Before all this, they called them alternate electorate. But they did it in 1960, and that's what ended up making JFK win the presidency. Because then they did a recount in Hawaii, and JFK did win. So if he wouldn't have sent those alternate electors, he would have lost, even though we fairly won. So, yeah, it's dumb. And now they're saying that's a crime to do this. No, it's part of the legal challenge. You legally challenge it. Yeah, these people are just, like I was just saying earlier, it's so political now. It's insane. Even if it's right or wrong, they don't care. They don't care at all. It's just get Trump.
Just saying, not guilty. Listen, government, I'm going to make you prove your charges against me. I doubt
Rightfully
Donald Trump would switch his plea. We might see some of the other co-defendants switch their pleas, which could change the stakes for Donald Trump and for the government if there are people that are willing to testify.
They're smiling. This woman is delusional. They're smiling in their mug shots, like a third of them are. And you think any of them are going to switch their plea and go against Trump. You are delusional.
Against him that have knowledge.
This is the dumbest case ever, a RICO case for this. For them challenging stuff that everyone's challenged throughout American history. Okay. But yeah, they're going to switch their plea because they're scared of losing. Give me a break.
That would be damaging to the president's case, and then we would have a trial. So it's a long process. It's going to be complicated because he is a former president. And this is really unprecedented under the Constitution. And I wouldn't be surprised if something like this goes to the United States Supreme Court even before the trial. Normally, you have to wait to the very end. There's something called an interlocutory appeal that allows really important issues to go all the way up on appeal. And here, when you're talking about setting a precedent for the office of the presidency, I think we could see unelected members.
It's not only that, it's setting a precedent that you can prosecute lawyers for giving legal advice. She's just going right over that, glossing right over that. Just don't talk about that. It's not only something like this, a precedent for the presidency. Not only that, it's also a precedent for every American that says, okay, and every lawyer that says, okay, if you just have your lawyer give you advice and you take their advice, both of you can be prosecuted for that. It's crazy.
The judicial branch, that is people in robes on the Supreme Court who cannot be held accountable deciding some of these important issues for the rest of us.
All right, Catherine Falder.
But Fannie Willis, she's deciding all this for us, and this idiot judge in Fulton County is setting this precedent where you can't have lawyers and attorney-client privilege or anything, but, these people in robes, they have no accountability. Where's Fannie Willis's damn investigation? Investigate this woman. This is all BS. It's stupid. And not only is it stupid because, like I keep saying, the crimes, they're not even crimes. It's stupid. And then it just sets a precedent for everyone. I can't believe everybody, because of the lawyer thing in particular on this case in Fulton County, everyone's not freaking out about this. Left, right, center, whatever. It's insane. It's, again, just get Trump, get Trump, get Trump. You can tell anyone that is for this case, they don't care about democracy. Saving democracy is what they always say, right, in the media. We need to stop Trump to save democracy. So you're going to ruin democracy to save democracy? Give me a break. Stuff is so frustrating.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for daily news updates, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and share your thoughts on the story in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.